guys, I already put on my primer, and what I'm using today is the True Complexion by Black Radiance. Now what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to be concealing my dark marks on my face. And I'm going to be using LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Chestnut. And I'm just going to place this anywhere I have any dark marks on my face. Okay, so I'm going to be mixing two foundations together, mostly because I feel like it kind of balances out my skin tone a little bit. So what I'm going to be using is the Black Radiance Color Perfect foundation in the color Brownie, and I'm mixing that with my Kat Von D foundation in the color 74 Deep. I'm just going to put that on my little kabuki brush and dab that all over my face. And I actually think I put a little bit too much, so I'm going to blend it in with a clean brush. Clean kabuki brush. I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Fawn, and I'm actually going to draw a small triangle under my eye. Just like that, and I'm gonna fill it in. And I'm gonna do the other eye. So. You don't want to bring it up too far. You want to kind of keep it right here. If you bring it up too far, it's going to make your face look a little wider. So you want to try to keep that as close to the ends of your eye as possible. Just going to go in with my little wedge, and I'm going to blend that in. Now that we've got that highlight nice and blended, now I'm going to go in with my Topaz powder by Ben Nye. And I'm actually going to mix a little bit of the banana powder in there too, just to balance it out a little bit. And take my wedge, go ahead and dab it in there. I'm going to place this right over the concealer that I just put down under my eye. Now, what I'm going to do is move on to my brows. I'm just going to take my brow brush, just brush my brows up. So don't judge me, I'm actually trying to wait to do my brows because I actually want them to grow in. I'm tired of having half brows, so yeah, ready to change my life around a bit. I'm going in with Dip Down by M.A.C. I'm just going to swivel my angled brush in there. I usually keep the brush or the product as far away from the front of my brow as possible because I want it to look as natural as possible. Just so you don't get that boxy feel in the front of your brows. Then I'm just gonna feather up. I'm gonna go in, and I usually clean my brows up with my foundation. You know, I just like the natural feel, I guess you would want to call it that. And I'm just gonna use it to straighten out my brows. Gonna give it a nice sharp look, like I just got them done. Yes, Santa, I know that's what you're gonna say. But anyways, alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and draw that on. Yeah, they're kind of twinning today. Kind of. I say that term very loosely. Alright, so just going because I actually forgot to highlight my forehead. And my nose. I think I went a little too high with that, but it's okay because I can fix it later. Alright, so I'm not putting any concealer on the bridge of my nose because I don't want to. Exactly. I don't really have a reason, I just don't want to. But usually you can, you know, if that's what you like to do. But it's not really my thing that I like to do on myself. Now I'm gonna actually go in with the same midnight powder and I'm gonna sculpt out, basically highlighting where I'm gonna contour, if that makes any sense. Or highlighting underneath where I'm gonna place the contour. So I'll look like that, and it's gonna highlight my chin. Know what I'm saying? I feel like it looks like a robot. Do I look robotic? No? Okay. I guess not. Alright, so I'm gonna go in with, this is actually a darker foundation, something I just picked up. It is Black Radiance foundation in the color Cocoa Bean. And I'm actually just gonna go in and right over where I placed that highlight, I'm going to put my contour in, but I'm not gonna bring it all the way out. I'm just gonna keep it right here, like so. And then just clean my brush off, and actually no, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the other side of my wedge, the clean side of my wedge, and blend that in, and I'm gonna keep it in the same split place. Like, I'm not gonna move this And I'm just going to keep going until this is nice and blended. My handy dandy ULTA contour kit. And I'm actually going in with the golden bronzer and a blush brush, and I'm just going to focus that product right here. And I'm using circular motions as well, just to get that nice in there. Now, I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just going to brush off this Ben Nye powder. I'm going to go in with my regular face powder, and this is actually the M.A.C Darkest Deep Mineralized Skin Finish powder. Touches, I guess you could call it. Going in with another kabuki brush and then my NW43 Studio Fix powder, if I can get this. Alright, awesome. Studio Fix powder, NW43, and I'm going to take that, just dab a little bit on just to strengthen my highlight just a little bit. Back in with finishing touches with my contour palette, and I'm just cleaning up, or just adding that contour everywhere that I didn't add it before. Then I'm going in with a regular brush and gonna contour my nose. And lastly, very lastly, ever so lastly, I go in with my favorite bronzer ever, and I'm gonna be so sad when it's done, but it's the M.A.C DELPHIC Extra Dimension bronzer. And actually just go in and just, with my finger, pointer finger, just place that on the highest point of my cheekbones. And blend that in really nicely. And do the same thing on the other side. go in sometimes if I'm feeling really jazzy. And I'll do a little beauty mark somewhere. Did I do it too big? Nope. Who cares? Awesome. Now I'm done. And this is the final look. Alright guys, this is the final look. My foundation routine is not something that I do every day. Definitely something that I do if I'm going out or, you know, yeah, just feel like being fancy. So yeah, this is the final look. All the descriptions that I use are actually going to be linked below. And thank you for watching.